Russell Martin has agreed in principle to become the next Rangers manager. Welcome back to Fog Football. That is the latest from the Daily Record. It is set to be announced imminently within the next 48 hours. And quite frankly, I'm no happy because David Angelotti, the rumours were this morning that they entered more talks with him. Gerrard's always sniffing about. Hell, I'd have took anyone over Russell Martin. But as we edge closer to the season's already ended, but towards next season, they have to get a manager appointed, right? And let's just call a spade a spade. See all these daily records, the Scottish Sun, the BBC, Sky Sports. I think they've been taking the Rangers fans on a ride so far the last couple of weeks, hell, the last couple of months. Even the Rangers board because what appoint somebody or don't. I don't understand how they can keep bouncing in and out of talks. He's the favourite, he's the favourite, he's the favourite, he's the favourite. It's pathetic, man. They should have had a clear number one target. Did Russell Martin, does he strike me as the guy that was number one? No. I think it was David
more of a number two in my eyes.
Shite. I think it looked like David Angelotti was number one target, right? Once they identified him and once they realised, oh, he's not going to be with Papa Carlo when it comes to the Brazil games and things like that. Gerrard, yeah, he was favourite with the betting sites, but Gerrard's the easy option, isn't he? Oh, he's got the connection. That's the only thing he's managed well in his career at Rangers. He's without a job. He never came out publicly and said he's not interested. It was always kind of hinting at the fact that he would come back. There was rumours, oh, look, his barber's at the training ground. He's got his suits for the guy that used to get his Rangers suits. All these wee things pointed towards Gerrard, but for Russell Martin, he was, as I said earlier, he was a cog. He was the third cog in a two-man machine, wasn't he? No one wants him.
No, nobody wants him, but it looks like everyone's going to get him.
Everyone is going to get him because unless you've got schizophrenia or something, big man. Right, anyway, Record Sport understands that Russell Martin's appointment as Philip Clement's successor is now in the final stages, pending contracts being rubber stamped and the makeup his backroom team approved, ratified and signed off by the Ibrox club's new board. It's understood Martin's long-term assistant boss, Matty Gill, has been lined up to follow the 39-year-old north of the border after the pair linked up together at MK Dons, Swansea and Southampton. So, what does the name Matty Gill mean to you? Because I tell you what, it means hee-haw to me.
It means nothing to me, but I actually didn't realise that Russell was still under 40. He must have ended his playing career pretty young.
True, obviously it was at Rangers, 7 years ago? I think we signed him, he was 32 in that ballpark.
I thought he'd
been.
I thought he'd been in his 40s by now. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think it doesn't matter who he brings in as number two. I just don't think it's going to make people much more excited in the signing. Unless his number two was like a guy that... But I mean, if he's bringing in somebody really good, then you'd be looking at it going, he should be the number one.
Apparently, former Rangers fullback Maurice Ross will be... he's earmarked for a key role in the coaching staff if Martin lands the job. It doesn't really do anything for me, guys. I have to be brutally honest. Martin and his men have emerged as the clear frontrunners following a major plot twist and talks with rival target David Angelotti. Well, I tell you what, right? If he's choosing Basel over Rangers, he can go take a flying fuck to himself because you don't choose Basel over Rangers.
Especially not with the brand new takeover.
Aye. And you know what? Russell Martin, there's not really been much humming in hand from his camp. It feels like every day about Ancelotti, man. It was, oh, it edges closer, it takes away, things like that. Oh, he doesn't know, he needs certainty. He needs to wait till after the Club World Cup. He needs to wait to see if he's going to help his dad with the some qualifiers and things like that. See, when Rangers ask, you either say yes or no. You don't give them a maybe. And I feel like that's the problem with David Ancelotti. He's gave them a maybe on too many occasions and they've went with the guy that desperately needs the job, and that's Russell Martin.
See, to be honest though, I mean, would that not kind of lean you towards more wanting Russell Martin? Because David Angelotti has... I called him Angelotti again, didn't I?
Call him whatever you
Ancelotti. He has kind of messed Rangers about.
Yep.
And he's like, hasn't seemed sure whether he wants the job. And then there was like, he was wanting to postpone it, to follow his father to Brazil for a bit. And, you know... If David Ancelotti really wanted the Rangers job, maybe he would have already been the manager by now.
That's what I think.
So, like, at the end of the day, do you want someone that is, delaying it and unsure, or would you rather go with the guy who maybe is the lesser choice, but is actually showing legit interest and seems desperate to get the job.
Yeah, and that is the problem. I think what's happened. The same with Gerrard. I think Gerrard was willing to commit. He wanted more talks. Seems like Russell Martin has literally just had talks and he's going to get appointed it, and that appears to be the difference. Does my faith in the 49ers go down with this appointment? I mean, I'd be lying if I said not a wee bit, but at the same time,
But
they've not listened to the fans and went, well, it's our way.
it works in the real world as well. Like I'm sure employers will maybe have interviews and their top candidate, didn't feel was like unsure or wouldn't really commit, and maybe they were saying, we'll have a few options on the board, and then maybe their second or third choice seems really desperate and willing to start early and stuff, and then sometimes you go with the lesser option just because they seem like they're more interested in the position.
Yeah.
So I mean, it could be something like that.
It could be something like that, but I just don't really see much positives from my opinion. But you know what? If he gets made official, what day is the day? Wednesday, Friday. Within 48 hours. Friday's the last week they announced the takeover. I think Friday's a good announcement day for a manager. Hell, any sort of announcement. But I don't like the appointment. Not many people do, but I guess you just have to back him. And the best thing Russell Martin can do is win games of football and win trophies, and then that's how I'll win people over. Because put it this way, right? As much as we're saying, oh, it's this and it's that, the bar is not extremely high, is it? In terms of like, obviously,
Russell
we need
Martin.
to win, but in terms of you look at Beal and Clement and you look at Gio to a degree,
You say he needs to win. I don't think Martin needs to come in and win the league in his first season. I think if Russell Martin came in and was competitive, and I know fans don't want to hear that, but you need to be realistic. I think if Russell Martin came in and he was competitive and he was in a legit title fight, and he finished maybe like, say, 5 points behind Celtic, would that be a bad season in his first? Maybe he wins a cup and he's in a title. Would that be a bad season?
gotta win a cup or two. Honestly,
Well, lots of Rangers managers have won hee-haw.
yeah. So that's what
In
I'm
recent
saying. The
years,
bar
so it's
isn't
like,
high from a manager perspective, so that goes in his favour. We'll have to wait and see. But for me, will he win anything? Well, I said a couple of days ago he'd win Hee Haw. But again, with the 49ers, what happens if this guy gets off to a shiter, right? And we're sitting in November, December, and pretty much everybody wants him out. What are the 49ers going to do? Not a good look. A couple of months after the takeover, they're sacking a guy that they thought was going to be the guy taken to the future. We'll have to wait and see, though. That's what the magic of football is. It's hard to predict it. We very rarely get it right, and that's for everybody, But Russell Martin, aye, we'll see what happens. Darling knows we other jobbers that he's planning to bring in. I don't really see them doing much, but we'll have to wait and see.